Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to throw another penalty flag again. Because Clay Matthews was existing. He looked at the quarterback and he was resisting. So we have to throw a flag on you again. Sorry, my friend. Because the NFL doesn't know what a tackle is. Grassy Posse Packer Nation, welcome to another episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I am your host, Tom Grassi, and I'm here to break down the dumpster fire that was the Green Bay Packers losing to the Washington Redskins 31-17 in a game that I would argue nobody enjoyed. Even if you were a Redskins fan, I know you enjoyed the win, but other than that, there was nothing good about this game. But let's break down some stats before I go on a crazy rant. Well, Alex Smith went 12 for 20 with 220 yards, 2 TDs, and 1 interception, while Adrian Peterson, back to old form because he's playing that Packers defense, went 19 for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's right, old man Peterson decided to just walk all over our defense, because why not? Vernon Davis, 2 for 70, and then Jordan Reed was targeted 4 times for 65 yards. Now, compare Alex Smith's 20 times that he threw the ball to Aaron Rodgers' 44 attempts, went 27 for 44, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones, 6 for 42 on the ground. Drama Allison with another big TD, went 2 for 76, and Devontae Adams targeted 7 times for 52 yards and 1 touchdown. Monty even got 6 targets through the air as well. Big plays during the game. Randall Cobb, jersey didn't help. I got a big fumble, which kind of sealed the game for us. Had 0 sacks on the day, though we did get an interception. Alex Smith had plenty of time, the majority of the time, and we went 6 for 14 on third downs. Now, the penalty that everybody's talking about is, for the third week in a row, the roughing the passer penalty that was called on Clay Matthews. Now, week 1, against Trubisky, clear roughing the passer. Matthews launched, hit him late, textbook. Last week, week 2, Kirk Cousins. I defended the NFL, and a lot of you weren't happy about this. But in my opinion, based on what the rule says, Matthews landed on top of him, and because of Aaron Rodgers last year and Anthony Barr, you can't land with your full body weight on top of a QB. It's the rule. So I accepted that. This week, Clay Matthews gets a clean hit on the quarterback, lands on him going down. They throw a penalty flag. Okay, fine. I'm still okay with that too. Here's what I'm not okay with. Earlier in the game, Payne sacked Rodgers, spun him around, drove him to the ground, landed on top of him. No flag called. So here's the problem I have, NFL. It's not the fact that Clay Matthews has been penalized for the same thing 3 weeks in a row. I get it. You made the rule to make players safer. I don't think it's working, but I get it. And you'll have guys like Mike Daniels last week who lets the quarterback go because that's better than getting a roughing the passer call. But sure, I get it. I understand the safety initiative. They're people. Very important to do so. No sarcasm involved. However, what I have a problem with is that if you are going to throw that flag for Clay Matthews, you need to throw that flag for Payne because it's the same exact thing. They both landed on the quarterback. So all I'm asking for is to be damn consistent with your own rules. That's all I'm asking. So if you want to get rid of the rule, fine. If you want to enforce the rule, fine. But the fate of an NFL game should not be contingent on the officials. And it's not just the officials, it's on who's officiating. Matt Ryan got sacked like 5 times today. Every single time he gets landed on. No flags thrown. So Please explain to me how a player, and again, I know how difficult it is to be a defensive player and try not to land on the QB when you're going full speed trying to make a tackle. I get it. I really don't know how you play defender in the NFL in 2018. I really don't. Let me put that out there. But tell me how, as a player, you are supposed to adapt and adjust your play style, not to the rules, but to the specific refs and how they're going to be completely subjective on how they're calling. Explain to me how you do that. And explain to me how that does not put forth a terrible product on the field for the players and the fans. What are you supposed to do? I really would love an answer to that question. You want to throw roughing the passer flags against Clay Matthews for 3 straight weeks? Fine. I'd agree with that. But then you're not going to throw one in which Rodgers gets landed on for the same exact rule that you're enforcing against Clay Matthews. So no matter what problems you have with the rules, I don't care. Just be freaking consistent. Because over the years, the rule book has gotten bloated, more complicated, and has been the center of scrutiny now for years. In 2018, we don't know what a catch is. And now we don't even know what a tackle is. Your game is, the product is being soured by the fact that you have specific referees who don't know what they're doing because your veterans left, and this is the least experienced group of referees since the replacement refs. So explain to me how you're supposed to play NFL today. Because it's not according to the rule book, it's against the subjectivity of the referees. And I think that's a disgrace. I completely disagree with that, and shame on the NFL for it. Protect the players all you want. Throw flags on them for all I care. Play flag football, play two-hand touch football. I don't care. I'll still watch the product because I love football. What I don't love is any team, not just the Packers, any team that gets screwed out of calls or gets screwed by calls because that's how the ref saw it. But next week, the same exact play might not get called. Or the same week, different game might not get called. Or the same week, different quarter, opposite team doesn't get the call, like it happened today. I think that's a disgrace. That's just my opinion on that. Talking about scoring during the game, the Packers were really outmatched in the first half, going down 14-0 in the first quarter, and then 28-10 by halftime. The defense definitely adjusted better, only allowing 3 points for the rest of the game, but the Packers only scored another touchdown, and that was in the third quarter, and after that, they really never got the ball rolling after that. So again, I don't think they lost because of the refs. They lost because of poor offense, going for 6 for 14, having 11 penalties. So again, it's not because of the refs. This isn't sour grapes. All I want is consistency within the NFL. But apparently, that's too much to ask for. So looking ahead to next week, Rodgers' injury didn't look great today. He looked like he was wincing in pain every single time he had to be mobile. He's obviously not very mobile right now. You got to hope that he heals up a little bit. Bulaga went down with a back injury again, and Wilkerson suffered a really gnarly ankle injury, got carted off. That really doesn't look good for him. The only solace that I have is that we're 1-1-1. The Vikings got blown out by the Bills. Josh Allen scored 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 in the air. So he looks like he played very well against the Vikings. But we're playing the Bills next week. So I think looking ahead, the defense has to clean up. I mean, we got to clean up those penalties. We got to stop having to make adjustments at halftime and not have Clay Matthews on Jordan Reed. And not being like, oh, okay, we'll play a great second half, but we'll throw away the first half. Our offense needs to, not fall behind so early, so then we don't rely on Aaron Rodgers to throw it 44 times. So I'm hoping that this game is a wake-up call for the Packers. I hope this game is a wake-up call for the NFL, because I'm tired of seeing my team, because that's what's been the spotlight of roughing the passer calls over the past few weeks. And I'm tired of seeing it happened to other teams as well. Considering how big the NFL is, I shouldn't have to look at who's officiating the game and go, oh man, not going to be a good week. What does that say? I'm disappointed. I mean, Packers didn't play well. Packers lost this game. Redskins played well. They did exactly what they needed to do to win. Hats off to them. They had a great running game. Alex Smith did exactly what he needed to do. Packers were sloppy, didn't play well. Defense got run over, letting 28 points in the first half. They didn't lose because of the refs, but it sure didn't help. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. You can always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com, TOMGROSSI Comedy, or Tom Grossi Comedy on Instagram, Patreon, and Twitter. If you want, you can pick up my debut comedy album on TomGrossiComedy.com. This is Allergic to Fun. Physical copy, I'll sign it for you on TomGrossiComedy.com, or you can pick up a digital copy on Amazon and iTunes. We're on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play Music, and of course on YouTube here with Pack Guest. So like, subscribe. Thank you very much for the 5,000 subscribers that we hit today. Really proud of what we've created here, and thank you. I appreciate it. We'll keep doing what we're doing, and we'll keep growing. But let me know what you thought about the game down below. Obviously, not a good outcome for Packers fans. Let's just hope we clean it up next week. It's only week 3, so the sky isn't falling just yet. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi, and as always, go Pack Go.